Ankami Youth Organization ra aji media logot recently lua taxi verification drive over detailed jankari dishe. Ayo laga committee member Rajna Ishigi 2024 di Regional Transport Office di RTI file grushe aro office laga jawab to kushipanai. Member Gushigi 6 July 2022 saldi Sorgar ra taxi permit kantiado pon kuribole order dishe. Huilibi Sorgar laga order khilaf taxi permits kan bishu issue kura tigi paishe. Member Klasa Grishagi 577 Uber taxi permits kan kala tarika ratiado turibole parishe. Details I sabo.
Very good afternoon to you all. The Angami Youth Organization Amigan verification taxi laga Korea laga details kan Amigan press media laga share korle muna se. First 8 days digine muhan taxi kan verify gro gine 8 days time dije naglebi amigan number of taxis turning up aro ek din de taxi verify gole parabi morning 9 bara shuru gine rati 6 tok kuri thagije naglebi cover gole na pare hora another 3 days extension digine mugan taxi kan verify gurise inia guri gine last week tok আমি খান কি ভেরিফাই করে থাকিছে পারাতো কিতু খান কৰিছে ইনিয়া ঘুৰি কিনে কোনবা একটা দুইটা ডাউটফুল থাকা খান ইতু খান আৰু ৰেক্টিফাই কৰিলে খান অলপ টাইম লাগিছে ইতু পৰা ইতু খান সা খতম হোৱা বিচিতে আজি আমি খান অফিস বিয়াৰ্স খান ফিল্ডে যাই কিনে গাড়ী কিমান ভেৰিফাইড হৈ কিনে আছে আৰু গাড়ী কিমান টা ভেৰিফাইড না হৈ কিনে পলা আছে ইতু খান বিগ বাৰ চাব হৈ কিনে আজি যাই কিনে taxi parking hande jagine saije inia saigina halaga report khan itia ami naga committee members khan tai khan starting from the convener aro alag members khan ekjon guri gine details khan apni khan logde share kori dibo.
Okay, very good afternoon to the media persons, and thank you once again for coming and covering about our taxi verification. Itu ami khan first ayo khan taxi khan verification kuriya do first press conference te bi janai dise bole bi ami khan hunise ki public khan itu kotha bisi ja ase kile itu verification kurubo lage hoile bi NGO ekta bara ai kine inia ka kuriya do itu thik nai iniga কথা কাম বেছি যা আছে এইটো কাম বি মুখান শুনিছে এইটো কাৰণে এতিয়া মই এইটো টাইম লৈ কিনা আৰু একবাৰ মানুহ খানগে পাব্লিক খানগে কিলে এইটো কৰিছে এইটো মুখান নালা আইডিয়া do অলপ মানুহ খানগে ক'বলে মন আছে 2024 তে আমি খান RTI একটা RTO de Regional Transport Office te tate file kurise reply pado ami khan reply do sai kine ami khan satisfactory hwa nai edu kile satisfactory hwa nai itu do the first point is 2022 6 July tate order ekta dise ki itu order de itia bara taxi permit to issue na kori jabo iniga order laise however surpassing this government standing order, we find that so many taxi permits are being issued against this standing order. Ito mo kan number kan sa itagado up to 577 or more taxi 577 or more ito permit kan illegally issued kuri dia laga ito mo kan finding stop ito paisi. Aro itu ami khan bahare taxi owners khan hobi drivers khan hobi huda hudi pura time de taxi permit to apni han kimam bara banaise ineka hudia do yes there of course there are some few permits who have acquired their permits through the proper procedures holebi bishi bardo ami khan khobor paise ki 75,000, 70,000, 80,000, up to 95,000 tak permit to kinibole imam bara kinya itu bi ami khan dikhise itu karone ami khan itu taxi do it is for unemployed youth to is the government or is the concerned department not robbing these unemployed youth in a one question be mohan itu bi ene question kurishi itu karone we have to go for verification to get the findings, to get the fact in a according to verification be suru kurishi aro ami khan dikhi ase Kohima de saise kole to almost all the empty spaces in Kohima town are being occupied as taxi stands. There is no more empty space for private vehicles or for emergencies to park their vehicles. Itu karone verification kurigine itu kan bi aro a lot space be create kuri parebola itu babi kini ami kan itu kan bi kurishi. Kari komba illegally permit na thagina original permit na paine after the registration of the vehicle they simply painted the vehicles into taxi color and they're applying so itu can be question de hishe itu karone verification to ebar jabo lagibo ini ka hishe aro traffic jam do mukhan sob jani ase more than 3,000 taxis flying in Kohima in this very small smart city of Kohima. So if it is like that, then how will the growth of the town be possible? In Gabi Mukhan laga concern de hai jaise. So as an NGO and the local guardian of this Kohima town, we find ourselves responsible at least to create space and to do something good for our people. Itu karone moham verification jaise. And then ami khan bahar sado taxi bishido very old already, very old. Itu can be feed asana nai, itu be concerned hai jaise. Aro we see some drivers not in order. Itu can be dikhiche itu karone we have to verify and get the proper data so that the safety of the commuters, the passengers will also be put into place ini gai ta bhabine ami kan verification to suru kurishi de itu bara points bi bishi ase holebi those are some of the concerning points that comes to our office itu karone ami kan verification to suru kurishi verification kuria do ami kan president condition total 12 days ami kan loine verification kurishi to 12 days the verification kuria do ami na findings ini ka ase ki permit validity itu thik na thakia gari bishi ase aro permit validity to for a local taxi, say example, it will local taxi italo permit to it is valid for 5 years, and after that he or she can go for renewal. Inigaitase. However, kumba taxi do more than 2-3 decades renew kurine jalaga. It will be dikise. So will that taxi be fit to carry a passenger? Inigaita question be ase. Aro permit sado permit bishi expired one thagise aro gari bishi pollution hobi noli fitness hobi itu kan check na kuri na thakya bishi ami kan data kan sob collect kuri gina ase aro permit be issued against minor itu bi paise 7 years old 8 years old itu kan tak permit pa na thakala itu bi mukhan findings te paise aro permit renew kure time de it is done in proxy eto kile proxy de kure ase kore to the taxi permit is clearly in the permit it is clearly mentioned that the permit is non transferable. However, permit to bikai na aro gari to bikai second owner, third owner, fourth, fifth owner tak takya ini hakambi poshi paise aro original permit holder do say example permit holder tala nam A ase bole bi who is this particular person A itu concern na loi kine the person B himself goes and do renewal for the permit inika ektabi amian la finding ne paise itu kane the renewal of the taxi permits are being done in proxies aro A laga nam de B laga passport photo itu rakhi ne thaka na itu khan bi saise to how these are happening inika amikan itu sawal bi itu concern department ke bi aro hudi ase aro if the taxi permits or if the taxis are being given for to create employment kile itu permit kan do government servants kan itu hold kuribole pari ase itu bi question ase aro a single person is acquiring more than 3-4 permits inika laga bi ase itu karne amian la findings de itu kan finding paise itu karne mon la finding itu kan sob milai gina ami kan concern department ke bi nolbi government ke bi request kuro mon thakia to let the state government come or put out concrete on state transport policy nijo laga state laga transport policy ekta ahibo lagibo neki iniga ami kan request itu dia se aro ami la friend bara data kan itu kan alop koi dibo kiman verify kurishe kiman first owner se kiman second owner se itu han sob ami la friend bara share koi thank you.
Good afternoon, aro media friends kange things dia se aro moi itu data na ko agi de on behalf of IO office mon itu owners kan aro drivers kan give things dia se do takang travel loine ine office ya ine verify kura do aro mohana findings in ga se so far total vehicle verified and issued sticker to 2412 and out of 2412 only 843 taxis are with the fresh owner. The rest are second till some are even this up to fifth owner na taxi pikai ne transfer grado itu handu 1569 ase second to fifth owner aro number of taxis post NL01TA0703 itu 448 ase 448 aro itu mahan driver kan saise kuli itu local drivers kiman ase non local kiman ase itu ekbar itu bi mahan tiba kurse sama kurse to non local drivers kan do 544 sorry mahan finding se aro nijor taxi thage aro nijor driving kurne kama kan do 1109 aro number of taxis non-indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland la hatte thagando 415 ase non-indigenous owners aro man owners e sadu itu sathi bra konishna double permit thagan bi si ase aro family de mota maiki bacha han la nam de permit thaga ekta family de 2-3 permits thaga bi paise aro repetition hoje holibe 7 and 8 year old girls duita idu taxi permit pa laga bi itu bi paise aro owners kan kumba do kila hisab rasi ne holibe takhala connection thaga rasi na kina ase holi taxi permit lobo within a month or two taxi permit to pikai diu tan drive kuribo gari kinine kamabo itu nangine tan business kura la bi paise khali taxi permit logine aro do post 0703 kanne friendly conversation kuringe mohan padu sathiwan kwanisna kumba do 40 50 75 85 or highest 95 amount pay gurne taxi permit pa laga ase aru kumba do sida sida go kodera kina paisyo boli do minister line bar paise na bi ko bi man paise de aru drivers kan edo many drivers without amta ID card itu apply rala bi bishi paise de Aru de mohan na suggestion han koi dise ole kumba sathi han kumba bra supplement koi de mohan fine.
Itia committee members kan bara brief kuri dia nisna. Yada angami youth organization laga motive aro idea do bile do agire kui daga nisna. Amigan ahigine unregulated number of taxis thaga han traffic jam na issue gan parking laga han itu gan sob ko ase na olebi the foremost and important thing is that we can educated unemployed iman ase aro taxi itu do bile do itu consumer service ekta do bile do ami kan manu bishi ga modok gula parole laga ase aro jodi itu permit proper channel bara regional transport authority logode jaise bile do it is just a nominal amount has iniga grigine utu manu kun permit paise tai bara to permit to le do tai logode usually 5 years kane die tai road tax every year renew gribo iniga gana after 5 years piche de tai aro tai laga permit to aro renew gribo but road tax to tai every year tai to iniga hoise bole to the genuine person or the deserving person do hoise bole to proportional de jaise bole to tai he could have saved agit with an is 90,000-80,000 rupees tai save pole parole laga ase aro deserving ga na pai gine kun puisa ase upai na thaki gine manu logode loan bi lui gine inia cases bi bishi thakibo idu ora ami kana concept tu le do itu system bal ora streamline guri di gine ami kan not only taxi ekla na hoi gine ahi gine pa manu ge ulibe tai laga source of income guri dibi tai ki dia earn gure iniga hole to tai bi economy de amala economy ne bi contribute gura ekta ase itu ora ami kana concern do hole to ami kan DC Koima DC regional transport authority ki bi ko do hole to permit kan itia ora henceforth issue guru gule to ami kan itia scooty daga is permit kiniga dia ase itu nijna ba ora tahan logode bi interview bi kuri gine tahan ke not only owning the taxi but I gonna drive bi kuri gine nijo hai earn gule to encourage ko lage gune DC ki bi price kurise agir ami kan committee member ko daga nisna ami kan ye de ai gine to problem so face kura to gule to ami kan the state does not have its own motor transport policy ami kan itia dole do jagine national transport policy he chola ase so very soon if it is felt pertinent that the Angami youth organization should write to the government or for that matter through this press conference, we would also like to put forward our suggestion that the government should also table a bill in the assembly to have our own motor transport policy. Bill haligina amigan ek pass kurigine. Kiniga bole to amigan la youth kan karne bal hobo. Itu kan streamline itu kan policies bal kan anigine amigan naga manu kan ge dibi gugine to bi government ge request kurle muna je. The second thing is the other thing is taxi kan time dule laga bi sufficient time di dije itu ora itia to bile do taxi kan verified na gura kan to le do let us assume and let us be of the opinion that tahan documents tik nai na holebi tahan gari tik nai itu ora verify gula hanai ora henceforth verified na thaga taxi kan pola bole na dibo aro pola gine jodi durise gule do ami kan Angami youth organization kan tahan la pole ki action luise gule bi they will be held solely responsible iniga guri gine aji henceforth aji ora taxis can apply rule without verified na gone polawle na dibo aro ami kan taxi services chula manu kan bulibi itu verified stickers thaga han logode he services kan lubi inia hoise gule do moi kan bitor bulibi genuine garis kan polawle dibo ami kan problem ki face kure ase itu kan somehow to a certain level moi kan laga problem kan bi solve hole laga ekta ase dura through this press conference ami kan common public kan gibi appeal kura do gule do ami kan verified stickers kan he chola bide gari kan kuine sob ke request kura ase
Is for the NL01 TE conduct
approach in the sense
that how did they issue and now what are they going to do without even having the permission of issuing the licenses?
itu kana ami kan itia kui thana nisna ahi gine tai laga loopholes kan itu ase kui gina ami kan through this press media itu lai di gina ase itu kui thana nisna ahi gine I think this is also one of the most appropriate forum where we have already highlighted and also disclosed the lapses as well as the loopholes in the issuing of taxi permits or for that matter with the service related of the taxi. Itu wara the competent authority as we speak here. The Deputy Commissioner is the Regional Transport Authority. He is the chairman. Or for that matter, the Chief Secretary is the chairman of the State Transport Authority. So I think these are the two competent authorities who are in a position to address to all these loopholes as well as the lapses that we have already disclosed to this press media.
So from your side, too, you don't have any specific demand as such that those permits issued after.
See, as we have said, these people are in a taxi permit kina handle do agire kuit han is na nijo self drive kura handle do 1109 as de nijo taxi da nijo drive kura aro from what the committee has found out is that into NL07TS0703 laga piche number dia handle do maximum of them they are driving by themselves. NL01TA0703 itu laga drivers khan aro malik khan do ekjun ha je to it can be of the conclusion that tai khan iman paisa lugine invest kurigine kuda olive just kurigina anigine iman tera ase for us we are of the opinion that to victimize the owners or for that matter taxi permit lo hangi to hangi victimize kurle do out of question as nagi babe ase kile mane system e niga ase normal apply kuise kule do true proportional apply kuise kule do na pai paisa dile do he lo ase to niga hora I think it is now upon the authority tai kan kiniga ahigine to permit kan niga issue kuri dise itu do le do ahigine not the person who have acquired the taxi permits but dia laga opor de he problem do la ase aro itu kui da nisna the repeat question now lebi amigan ahigine taxi permit dia do lebi ekta amogan diga do le do taxi permits are not transferable itu ase otherwise there are no criteria or no credentials itu le do dibo do la kunai itu ora all these problems is coming up because there is no motor transport policy ekhe nai mo hang lode itu ora issue gra do lebi taihan laga khushi kiniga dibo lebi ta na khushi itu ora amigan ahigine system do le do the foremost and important thing now here is that I think the state should have its own motor transport policy. Iniga ojiblo do amigan ki ase guidelines kan holebi aru kun benefit pawo lage itu kan bi mugan itu kan olai siblo do. I think these are all an ultimate thing once the motor transport policy comes into picture.
So amigan la findings ki ase regular or normal apply kole kiman ase.
See, even some of us ahigine kumba do hule do since government service na gra mandu bi ase to genuine apply gra handu le do as far as we are concerned we don't even pay 3,000 for 5 years permit. Your road tax hardly you'll be paying around some 1,000 plus amount. Your pollution is another thing. Itu do le do 100 rupees per abi apni laga pollution can provided you bring your vehicle and then check it. Iniga ase to hardly say apni laga for 5 years you are paying a maximum amount of 3,000 and then apni per year apni laga road tax kuria to le do you're just paying not even 2,000 also with your pollution fitness kan itu kan kurigine to inia hadu le do but someone who has already purchased the permit with 95,000 is also paying the same amount because tabi 5 years tatala permit renew lage aro tai laga road tax bi every year ta hole lage to itu gora ekta taxi driver ekta living depending on his vehicle for his earning to get back that 95,000. I think it is a very big amount for someone with such employment. It is a very big deal for him.
Okay, apni vidya do kimambara taxi permit to pabo lage inega de amikhan verification kure time de itu undertaking ekta tage yade sign kure time de one remarks koi na rake to all these records are with us amikhan hudia talk to those who go to the RTO through proper channel and acquire their permits itu kan do processing charge 1,500 to 3,000 itu bitore phekai komba do innocently kwado miando manoge hi kurele dije do gane moido cha pani bi khabe ko ne 10,000 dise kwase. But the rest though, there may be some brokers in between the department and the buyers. Itu brokers can business kurasana kiniga kurase itu the permit holder knows the best. Itu kan 60,000 db aro permit to loi jabi inega ita. There is an instance ekta ase itu moitik mola cousin brother ekta ase. I will tell that example. He is an unemployed youth. Tai gari kinibi goise kinise permit dibo goise kheta ase. Gari kinine ready goine thaise permit to lop time lo ase. To he go to the RTO to get the permit. Idu time de tai laga documents ki khando RTO de ek jombara, I will not tell the designation. Ek jombara ta laga kos khan hoise tai office bitori janai bahare thagise. Iniga thagina permit to anigine tai ge dise. Permit aniabi itu bai laga naam de ane nai. Itu maike ikta laga tai na jania ikta laga naam de permit to ahi jaise. To you have to pay 65,000 in a kushi. To bahare tai jo nina translate koine tai do taxi permit lo ni jaise. To regarding this those unemployed youth who acquired a permit by buying and all these things, so we are not in a position to victimize them, or we are not in a position to give them any ultimatum or punish. As our president has clearly mentioned, the concerned authority should look into that matter in a right tasate.
This streamline grow in our region. So now you have found so many anomalies in the department. So after your findings, if you are just going to give a press conference and then conclude here, how do you think the department will take an action unless you give something to them?
No, see, Agirevi Kuidi here, but I think now our main concern here is the suggestion, or for that matter, the recommendation for bringing about state motor transport policy. If required, I think Angam Youth Organization is very much willing forward to put up a representation to the government. For that matter, the chairman of the state motor transport authority, we are willing. Doesn't mean that we will not write, but in due course, befitting representation may be given to the government.
It starts with a single shot. In just 10 days, turn your passion into a profession. Master the art of coffee, from bean to cup. Seats are limited. Start your barista journey today.